Hey guys, here we are for the Pennzoil Cup Series Race 6 at Michigan. This is the first time we're going to be at a 1.5-mile track since Atlanta, so it's going to be cool to see how the drivers have adjusted or may haven't adjusted yet. We're going to see if it's a big difference from being a short track and a road course to making the transition back to the 1.5 miles. On another note, this is actually the first race of the last 10 races of the preliminary season. We only have 10 races left until we get to that all-star race where we choose the last winner and then finally move over into the chase season. Anyways, let's get your starting lineup here. Jay Durrell is going to start on the pole, already a winner from last week. Kyle Collins on the outside. Row 2 is Zach Cars and Cody Russell. Two drivers have been strong both in the chase as it stands right now. Nikita Riskoff in row 3 needs a good run. Kyle Singer on his outside holding on. Row 4, Brian Lenning and Derek Petrie in the Big Motorsports Chevy. Row 5 as Kevin Ulrich, one of your dual winners, and Michael Jones still looking for his first win. Row 6, Ferdinand Gavot, great qualifying effort out of him, and Jay Barker desperately needs a good run. Row 7, Webster Zygarde and Blaine Keys in the number 60 car. Row 8, Rick Witt, seeing as his season is gone, he needs that. Jake Booker on his outside. Row 9, Arsh Hussain slipped after last week, and Hergio Arvin Alonso on his outside. Row 10, Jack Newman and Nick Purcell's your Martinsville winner. Row 11, Daniel Voiles and AJ Davidson both having lackluster seasons. Row 12, Nicholas Samudio and Jose Vasquez. Row 13, Gary Weaver and Matthew Brown has been impressive since making his first race. Row 14, Giovanni Barraza and Aaron Lukes. Row 15, Brian Boone starting pretty far back and Michael Krister on his outside. Row 16 has Ryan Dunn and Michael Kraft, two guys that definitely shouldn't be back there. Row 17, Addison Steinbach, same with him and Sam Rogers, the Atlanta winner. Row 18, Zach Mossy, Daytona winner, and Ethan McDowell, the Estonian. Row 19, Joseph Strigley, your Rookie of the Year points leader, and teammate Chloe Baker. Row 20, Andrew Jordan and Daniel Maxwell. And finally, Row 21, Tasha Jasmine Rodeo and Callum Wood. Here are your people who did not make the race. See Brock McMahon and Cesar Chavez, two guys that pretty big names on there, or at least inside the top 30 in points. We're here getting ready. Green flag is in the air now as the field of 43 get the green flag. Jay Durrell is going to rock it down in the corner. You see this long front stretch. We haven't seen a really long front stretch in a while. I guess you could say Road America did have one, but that was an uphill slope, so it didn't feel like it. Out of turn 2, Zach Cars is going to take the lead, and Nikita Riskoff is going to come with them. The Ford and the Dodge out front. However, Nikita wants to take it for himself. Jay Durrell is going to find his way back to the inside, but Brian Lenning's going to try to take it from him there in the Hershey Chevy. Nikita Riskoff, the Ukrainian, is going to take the lead and possibly lead this lap. Nikita has had a bad season so far. After finishing third at California, things haven't gotten any better with a DNF and 2 DNQs, so nothing going for that 16 car. They're getting a little racy in the back too. I see a lot, pretty much 3 wide all the way back. That's what you get. These cars that have very good downforce and they handle very well at these 1.5-mile tracks. Very easy to control and almost promotes the use of 3 wide racing, but usually it's just because drivers want to get up there and fight, whereas it might not be the best idea. These kind of packed situations don't exactly create the best racing for the drivers on the track specifically. Daniel Voiles, Rick Witt, Nikita Riskoff. The only car that isn't there is Cooper Siren, but he didn't make the race. But of the cars that did, oh, we got a caution. We got a car in the back. Spinning. Caution is out. And what I was gonna say is all Red Viper Racing cars are up front. This is also very good for them because they're not ground up in it. Red Viper Racing is the team that's had the least amount of good luck this season, so good thing to see them miss it. But here's the people who made it. Kyle Collins. I saw Jay Durrell got a piece of it, last week's winner. Oh, that's Michael Kraft in the DirecTV Chevy, and Tasha Jasmine Rodeo making her second start is going to get huge front end damage, smoke coming from the car. Let's take an aerial shot to see what happened, and it looks like the 68, the 43, and the 83 are all going to get together. And Ferdinand was looking for a good run. That's 2 of the Alonso Gavot Racing cars right there in that wreck. Jack Newman was also involved. Green flag flies to the 16 car, however Rick Witt will make an unscheduled pit stop. We will get you more on that later, but Nikita Riskoff continues to lead. a fresh new start for the 16 car who can try to make his way up to the points. He's actually inside the top 14 at one point, now way outside 35th, so the 16 looking for some help in trying to gain points and get back up in the contention to make the chase in his rookie run. Currently there are actually people in it, such as Joseph Srigley and Jose Vequez. Happen to be rookies, happen to be in the same dominant team right now, Double T Motorsports. Currently not up front, I don't see any, but actually all of them are still running well in the race as they stand right now. So that team has been very dominant. We're going to see if they can make their way up to the front later in the race. Moving up through the field, Kevin Ulrich has seen the AEA car doing a very good job his season. However, he isn't getting many of the finishes he'd want to show for them. That 34 car looking for a good run for once and not having it all slip away in the final laps of the race. Webster Zygar's race, however, is slipping away as he is pretty much dead last in the field, aside from the people who had damage. This 12 car has not been running good all weekend long, and for being the point leader, you don't want to expect that. You're seeing the 25 car coming on your screen. If you look at the team tag, that's Double T Motorsports. The 51 car following right behind him, he's in Double T Motorsports. I see the 1 car, Mike's Hard Lemonade, your Rookie of the Year points leader, Double T Motorsports, and Chloe Baker as well in the back. Oh no, we got another caution! And it's in the same place. I saw a green car, and I believe Matthew Brown is involved. So, pretty sure 2 rookies right there. And as it stands right now, it looks like all the Double T Motorsports cars get through. But it was Matthew Brown getting involved. Zach Komaski also receiving damage. All the 10 car of the 10 car of, the Andrew Jordan, and there you go, sorry about that. Also involved, Nikita Riskhoff was that green car too, so it's just a ton of rookies getting taken on this wreck. We're looking at Matthew Brown. Oh, Kyle Singer has shoved the 81 car up into the 16. Oh man, there's your other 2. That's all 3 of the Lots of About Racing cars now taken out, as I saw Hergiel and the 63 of Ferdinand come in again. So that's all 3 of them out of the race now. Green flag is back out for the 38 car of Aaron Lukes, as he had the lead when the caution came out. The 98 car, however, he's been very dominant. He's just going to try the inside now. However, some of these guys are going to be on pit strategy. Most of the people in the front 10 decided to stay out, while some people came in. Now, this is puzzling because they're very low on gas, so we're going to see if their field strategy is actually staying out an extra lap or 2 and then trying to make it the distance. And the 44 car, I don't know what, they're pitting right now, so that is the strategy. Zach Cars, you see, leading him down. And look who they leave out on the track, the 38 and the 03. Anyways, here is your group that came down. Addison Steinbach will lead them, as well as Jada Rowe, despite having a damaged car, still running alright. As the cars come out of the group, you see the 03. She was actually one of the people that pit, so very good work on the 03 car to get out. But you see the 98, he will be the highest leaving driver in the group, as that 98 Miller Lite Ford, very, very strong on the track. Seems like he's very strong in pit road too. But if you look at the guys who are racing for the lead right now, you see Brian Boone is in the lead, Chloe Baker, Jake Booker, there's Gary Weaver, Ryan Dunn, a winner, Callum Wood, and Webster Zygarde, who finds himself up front despite being way in the back. Seems like pit strategy could be working out for some people, but if you look way further back, you see that's pretty much where everyone else is in the field. Jake Booker, however, will take him a little time to get him to the lead. Jake Booker, last year's champion, not a surprise to see him up front, leading and doing well. However, the way this season has gone for him, it is a surprise. That 5 car has had no luck and still is outside the top 20 after having a miserable run at the road course last week. That Lay's Chevy is just looking for some salvation right now. And currently leading the race, that is exactly what he needs right there. The 70 car, they're taking the lead from him. Blaine Keys is going to be leading the field behind as he goes around the 43 car. 43 is not on the same pace as the 60, however. Most of these cars, about half of them actually, are the guys that just went down pit road. So you're going to have the people who actually stayed out fighting with the people who came down. So it's going to be almost a fight. If you look back there, you also see the 81 Tyrad car. Despite getting in that wreck, Zach Kamosky's still running pretty well. However, look, this isn't good. You're seeing some 4 wide with the 5324 ZZ and the 51. However, everything will solve its way up. We got a car smoking. That's the 03 car of Chloe Baker for Double T Motorsports. And she was having such a great run running inside. I believe it was the top 8 or 7. And it's all going to fall apart now as that Domino's Toyota is not going to get to victory lane like they hoped. And, well, there goes her race up in smoke. Sad to see, but they still got one guy up there, the 25 of Callum Wood. Zach Cars, despite being off the lead lap, well, at least at the time being, despite not running on the same lap as the other people in front of them, those 6 guys are running the same speeds. That 98 car is not losing any speed at all despite pitting first. The 98 Miller Light Ford is just trying to stir up the pack right now. However, so far it's been the 70 car and the 5 who've been leading this pack. The 12 has stayed towards the back most of the time. Anyways, here's the back pack, and these guys, their whole goal since the people who came down pit road, that was the last stop, is to try to catch the front pack. And we don't know if they're going to do that or not. However, the 37 car was trying to lead him, but the 53 thought he wanted to take the lead for himself. Black flag is actually going out in the air to the 10 of Andrew Jordan because he is holding up traffic and is not maintaining speed, so the 10 car is going to have to do something about that in the next 3 laps. I believe that's our first black flag of the season too, so Andrew Jordan going to have to bring his car to pit road from his car being too slow on the track. Anyways, we're seeing a really good battle here between the 70, 98, and the 5 car as they still battle up front. The other 3 behind him cannot catch him. The 70 car will prevail, and the 98 just trying to get back on the lead lap just in case there's a caution so he can get waved around. He obviously has the car to win, but the 5 car is going to go on the inside of him. Whoa, the 5 is going to shove him up the track a little bit there. And you see the 22 car coming down pit. It looks like, no, he's coming back up at the track. Very slow, though, for that 22 car. But the 5 car is not going to stop at the 98. He's going to go underneath the 7. Meanwhile, the 12 car, you remember, his handling was terrible, and it's definitely showing right now as he's falling back from that group up front. So it should become a 4 car race, actually, for the top spot. And coming around the corner, Jake Booker is still not clear. The 98 is pushing the 70 back by. Final lap is in the air as the 70 car and the 5 still duke it out, but look at the push the 98 gives them. That Lego Dodge is now to the lead. You see some cars coming out of pit road having to make last minute pit stops. We're going to have to see if these guys can make it. A little unsettling, but right now it's all for the gold. The 5 car trying to reel in the 70 car. Either way, it's a good day, but a win would be huge. Bad Dad Racing hasn't made it back to victory lane. Oh, he's slow! The 70 car might be running out of gas. No, he's slow. He's out of gas. He is completely out. Checkered flag in the air. The 5 Lays Chevy is going to go to victory lane on fuel strategy. What an incredible run by the 5 car as they bring it home. And that's incredible. The 9 car must have run out of gas too because I don't see him. Yes, the 9 car was out of gas. But checkered flag in the air for Jake Booker as he'll send his car around and round for donuts. As here is your finishing results. The Jake Booker car was going to finish first, Callum Wood second, Webster Zygarde, even though he might have had the worst car all day, still comes home third. Kyle Singer, good job for him fourth, at least that's a good run for Bad Dad Racing. Looking at Hoffman Motorsports, also finishing good, 5th and 7th with Blaine Keys and Gary Weaver. Jose Vequez, there's another good run for the Double T Motorsports camp, and Joseph Strigley coming home 12th. And good job for all those guys. Zach Cars, you see, finishing 15th, a lap down, just could not catch a break and get back on the lead lap, even though he was a very quick car. One of them to be reckoned with. Jack Newman, you see, also trapped a lap down. And looking down the list, Zach Moski, Jay Durrell, last week's winner, not the best run, but he made something out of a wrecked car that he got earlier in the race. And Rick Witt, even that fuel strategy at the very beginning of the race, did not help him in the end. Michael Kraft was involved in the wreck. He finishes 29th. Andrew Jordan with that penalty slips back to 30th. Daniel Boyle, Sam Rogers, Chloe Baker down is where the people are DNF'd. So 10 DNFs of the race. You see all three of the Philippine Racing Development cars are out, including Cesar Chavez, who didn't even make the race. Nikita Ruskov looking for a good run out. Matthew Brown, you see Jake Barker as well. Well, on to the point standings as Webster Zygarde, with that sheer luck third place, although it seems like a win for him. He will boost his points lead to about 36 points over Ryan Dunn. This is what Ryan Dunn was doing last year. He's not second, but Jack Newman will make his way back to third after Michael Kraft's misfortune. He'll put him back to fourth. So 2 cars now in the 200s. Looking at Zach Moski still remaining inside the top 6. And then here's outside the top 14. You're going to look at the cut line. Jose Vequez still in. And Callum Wood just outside. If Double T Motorsports could get 3 cars inside the chase in their rookie season, that would be incredible. But we're just going to have to see how it all plays out. Another honorable mention, Giovanni Barraza right there. Very good for him. And Jake Booker, after that win, it'll send him up to 23rd in points. Great job for the 5 team. Here's your Rookie of the Year point standings before we go. Joseph Strigley just continues to expand over Jose Vequez and Callum Wood. It's official as Double T Motorsports, all 3 of the rookie drivers make it inside the top 3. So they're dominating the Rookie of the Year board. Cesar Chavez is you see next closest at 4th, but still nowhere near that Double T Motorsports car of Callum Wood. And other than that, just sheer domination. The Pennzoil Cup Series will see you next week at Bristol, another short track. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.